Hi, my name is Becky. Welcome to Learning Chinese, 学中文. Today, let's talk about likes, things that you like to do, you want to tell others about. So, some of the most common phrases are to ask others what they like. For example, you walk up to a best friend or somebody you've just met and you ask them, what do you like? In Chinese, it's 你喜欢什么? 你 is you, 喜欢 is like, and 什么 is what. So although it's in a different format, all the words are the same. You're still saying, what do you like? 你喜欢什么? And this phrase is usually used when you're referring to a wide selection and you're trying to get them to narrow it down. But what if you're very specific and you specifically want to know whether or not they like an object you're referring to? Then you leave a blank and you fill in the object. So in English, I would say, do you like, and then I would bring up something that I have a question about. In Chinese, it's the same format. 你喜欢 the item 吗? 你喜欢吗? Do you like? And then you would, for example, if I say cats, do you like cats? Well then, in Chinese, you would fill in the blank using the format that we just learned. 你喜欢猫吗? So you notice that 你 is you, 喜欢 like, and then the object. Do you like cats? 你喜欢猫吗? And then you can reply with an affirmative. I like the object. Or in Chinese, it would be 我喜欢. 我 is I, 喜欢 is like. Together you get I like, or 我喜欢. And then you would, once again, I use the same example. I like cats. 我喜欢猫. So you just need to remember that format and you plug in different objects. In this case, we were talking about cats, so you use the same ordering that I just showed you, but you plug in the item, which is cats. 我喜欢猫. And up until this point, we have been talking mainly with the subject I. It's always been I'm asking someone or I'm referring to myself. It's also helpful to talk about others at some point. Talking about yourself all the time doesn't always have the utmost interest going for others. So I have two examples up here. When you pronounce them, as I am right now, 他喜欢什么? And the second one, 他喜欢什么? They sound exactly the same. The 他 refers to he or she. In speech, it doesn't matter, since when you're talking to someone, both of you generally know whom you're referring to. But it's in writing that you need to know the difference. The top one, 他, is different from the bottom, 他. The top refers to a male and the bottom a female. If you were talking about a guy and asking, what do you like? Then, if you were to write it down, you would use this form. If you were talking about a girl and you wanted to write it down, you would use this form. In speech, as I said, 他喜欢什么 and 他喜欢什么 have no difference in pronunciation. In speaking, you don't have to worry about it, but it's when you write it down that you're going to have to pay attention. And it's the same format. Instead of using 我 or 你, we just substitute a different subject. And then if they ask, then you can also answer for them, in which case you would say 他喜欢 or 他喜欢. This is the same as a second ago when I said 我喜欢 for I like. The only difference is the subject is a different subject. And in spoken, it's all the same, but when you write it down, just pay attention. If you're talking about guys, you use the top one. If you're talking about girls, you use the bottom one. And then for everything that you talk about, there are always little adjectives that bring color to the speech. Things like more or better or a lot. Well, say you want, I like something more than what you're referring to. In Chinese, you say 我更喜欢. 更 is more. And it's the exact same format, just one additional character. And you put the adjective in front of the verb. So it's an adverb. 我更喜欢. I like this object more. For example, I like dogs more. 我更喜欢狗. And it's exactly the same, just one additional character, which is 更, and it means more. I like dogs more. 我更喜欢狗. And then you could also say, I like an object a lot. A lot of times when you're talking to someone, you like to place emphasis on certain things that you like more than others. I like this a lot. 我很喜欢. And then you'll see this character is in the same place as the one I just showed you. So all you need to know is that this form works for basically everything that you're going to say. You just put the adverb in front of the verb. 我很喜欢 for I like the subject a lot. Once again, referring to dogs, you could say, I like dogs a lot. And then in Chinese, 我很喜欢狗. 我 is I, 很 is a lot, and 喜欢狗 is like dogs. I like dogs a lot. Now, what happens if you don't like what they're talking about? Well, you should also be able to express your opinion. So, I don't like whichever the object is. Chinese, 我不喜欢. And these past three examples have all been the same. The format with the beginning is almost exactly identical as the ones that I've been showing you. The only difference is we have one additional character, which is 不. 我不喜欢. I don't like. And once again, the dogs help us out. I don't like dogs. 我不喜欢狗. 我不喜欢狗. I don't like dogs. Subject, verb, and object. Almost the same as English. 我不喜欢狗. I don't like dogs. And what have we learned today? Well, we've learned how to talk about our likes and dislikes. So, asking someone else, 你喜欢什么? What do you like? And then, 你喜欢, the object 吗, referring to specifics, like when I said cats, 你喜欢猫吗? Do you like cats? And then you have 我喜欢, I like. And then you can talk about more in extreme or not in extreme. For example, 我更喜欢. And we use dogs, so 我更喜欢狗. Go is for dogs, and you're saying I like dogs more. And then if you said 我很喜欢狗, then it would be I like dogs a lot. And lastly, if you're making a negative comment, you would say 我不喜欢狗. I don't like dogs. Thank you for joining me.